Okay, right. Okay, sir, I will take care.
So, did you inquire about another student?
Her health is not good, sir. She is not going to continue this batch.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
I'll continue.
Hmm.
See, coming to here, yesterday we discussed about the FRS, right? The banking FRS.
Yes,
So
sir.
in this banking FRS, mainly we discussed the home page yesterday. In that home page, there are 6 points like overview, prototype, page elements, input validations, use case diagrams. So how many use case diagrams we discussed here? Now we discussed yesterday 4 use case diagrams. Now, what are the 4 use case diagrams? First one is visitor flow. The second one is admin flow. The third one is customer flow, banker flow. Right? So totally 4 diagrams we discussed, and on each and every diagram again we discussed the use cases. How many use cases we discussed yesterday? There are 4 use cases. Now, the first use case is a visitor process flow. One side you have an actor action, opposite side you have system response, right? Are you okay with these use cases? Why? Because based on these use cases only, today we need to prepare the test cases. No, we are not preparing the use cases. Use cases are a part of your FRS only. So we need to download the FRS and we need to study these use cases. Based on this use case, today we need to write the test cases. Okay. Say admin process flow and customer process flow, and finally banker process flow. See, before entering into the test case preparation, we should go with a test scenario preparation. We should go with test scenario preparation. What is the meaning of a test scenario? A test scenarios means the main functionalities to be tested. What is the meaning of test scenario? The main functionalities to be tested. See, what are the main functionalities in this home page? Can you guess? I mean, yesterday already you draw this page. In this page, what are the main functionalities? Number one, visitor links. Visitor links means you need to verify the top buttons and you need to verify the bottom links. That is a visitor links. Now, second one, we can verify the admin login. We can verify the banker login. So here, while verifying the admin login and banker login, you can give an input. There is a chance of giving the input. So when there is a chance of giving input, you need to check with a valid input and you need to check with invalid input also. Now coming to the visitor links, can you give any valid and invalid inputs for the visitor links? No, there is no chance of giving the inputs. Just you need to click on the links and you have to verify the next page only. Only at the time of banker login and admin login only, you can check with a valid input and you can check with the invalid input. Coming to this customer login links, here, can you give any input in this particular page? No. No. Is there any chance of typing the data? No, there is no chance of typing the data. You need to click on this particular buttons or a particular links and you need to verify the next page is opening or not. What is the next page? Login page for personal banking, login page for corporate banking, login page for international banking. Now, mainly 4 scenarios we can write here. That means the 4 main functionalities. What are the 4 functionalities? Number 1, you need to verify the visitor links, the top button and bottom link. Number 2, you can verify the banker login. And number 3, you can verify the admin login. Number 4, you can verify the customer login links. You can verify these particular links. Are you okay, ma? See, I'll show that scenario. What is the template for the scenario? So presently we are working on which requirement? Presently our requirement is bank homepage. Maybe after 2-3 days we are entering into admin module. Still we are in a homepage only. Coming to the scenarios. Scenarios means the main functionalities to be tested. So in this home page, mainly 4 functionalities we can test. What are the 4 functionalities? Visitor links, admin login, banker login, customer login links. Okay, ma? So at the time of verifying the visitor links, what is the description here I given? The description is, that means the rough information about the scenario. Verify all the visitor links in home page. That means you need to verify the top buttons and you need to verify the bottom links. And while verifying the admin login and banker login, so there is a chance of giving the input. When there is a chance of giving the input, you need to check with a valid input and you need to check with invalid input. Here also, while verifying the banker login, you can check with a valid input. Here you can check with invalid input. And coming to the customer login links, here verify the personal link, verify the corporate link, verify the international link. Right, Amma? Are you okay with this?
Yes.
Right. See, up to the top of the document, you can see the project name, and author means you need to write your name. Created on, you can write the today's date. So in your notes, in the manual notes, take the heading test scenario on home page. Test scenario on home page. Okay, ma'am. Take a
Yes.
small notes. Note it down. Test scenario is nothing but the main functionalities to be tested. Test scenario is nothing but main functionalities to be tested.
Yes.
Okay, ma'am. So please note down this example scenario as it is. You need to write as it is format. So
Okay.
I mean, if you write this in your notes, then you'll get idea how to write the template and everything. So please, as it is, whatever the template is there, just note down this selected part. So totally, how many scenarios are here? Mainly, we have 4 scenarios: visitor links, admin login, banker login, and customer login links. Take your own time. There is no hurry. So just try to understand and try to note down this template as it is. It's a scenario template. So you received material and recordings from the Srinivas?
Yes. Yes. Did I?
Okay. Sorry?
Yes, I did yesterday.
Okay. I informed him.
Okay.
I'll keep it in a mute. Try to note it down. Okay. So
Okay.
if you have any issue, then just call me. I'll be back.
All right. Hello, sir. I'm done.
Okay. Ma'am. See, now based on the scenarios and based on the use cases, now we have to prepare the test cases. Now, after the scenarios, our next job is TC preparation. TC preparation is,
Do we prepare this test scenarios by ourselves?
yeah, it is our responsibility. See,
So,
after our demo class, in the demo class, we discussed the SDLC. After the SDLC, we discussed test engineer responsibilities. Now, what are the test engineer responsibilities as a QA engineer? Our responsibilities are we need to download the requirements. We need to study the requirements. While studying the requirements, if you have any doubts, where you need to enter the doubts, you need to enter the doubts in RCN. So maybe in the next tomorrow session, I'll show the RCN also. And after once your doubts are rectified, then we need to identify the test scenarios. We need to prepare the test cases. So test scenario is our job. Test cases is also our job.
Right now, are we doing test scenarios?
Sorry, ma'am?
Are we creating test scenarios right now?
Yes, no, just now we finished the test scenarios. It is a scenarios. Scenario means the main functionalities to be tested. It's called as a scenario. On the home page, how many functionalities we identified? On the home page, we identified 4 scenarios.
Yes.
Right? Say,
so do we prepare test scenarios in Excel always?
yes,
or?
in Excel only. It is called as a template. It is an Excel sheet only, but it is called as a template. In your company, you have the predefined templates. In that template, you need to write it down. You need to fill it down.
Oh.
Okay, ma'am? In your company, we have a predefined templates. We need to fill the data.
Can I just do it in Excel for practice today, later on?
No need to prepare this template at your company. Template is already at your company only. See, just you need to fill the data. This data you need to fill.
Okay.
Okay, right.
So we don't need to learn how to make a template?
Yeah, no need to learn how to make it. Okay, right.
Okay.
So now coming to this test case preparation. So test case preparation is heart of our job. It is our main job, TC preparation. See, coming to the test cases, I'll explain the fields in the test case. See, it is a test case template. Test case template. Template means a predefined structure, a predefined form. Okay. Say, observe the first column here. What is the first column? Test case ID or test case name. First column is test case ID or test case name. It is same like a serial number. Generally, when you are writing some list, beginning we are writing some serial number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Same like that serial number. Here you have a test case ID like a TC001, a TC002, 003, 004, 005, like that. But while writing these numbers, you need to follow the naming convention. You need to follow the naming convention. What is the naming convention? Naming convention means you need to mention the project name, the page name, the functionality, everything. By seeing that, anybody can understand it is related to which project, it is related to which page, and it is related to which functionality, like that. That is called as a naming convention. For example, just a general example, I want to give my name as a naming convention to you. So then I can explain like my name is Satish _ India _ Hyderabad _ some QA engineer. And by seeing that, how you can understand, like my name is Satish, I'm from India, and in the India, which city? From Hyderabad, and what is my designation? As a QA engineer, right? I mean, you got my point. So Satish _ India _ Hyderabad _ QA engineer. So that is a naming convention for me. Here also, while writing your test cases, you need to follow the naming convention. Like you need to write the project name. For example, here the project name is e-banking. Which page presently we are working? We are working on home page. And which functionality we are checking? Initially, we are checking the visitor links functionality. So it is a test case ID. So observe the second column. What is the second column here? Test case description. So test case description means the objective of the test case or the purpose of the test case. Objective of the test case or the purpose of the test case. See, what is this test case objective? The test case objective is verify all visitor links functionality in your home page. What are the visitor links functionality? Visitor links means you need to verify the top buttons and you need to verify the bottom links. Right, Amma? See here, test case description is nothing but the objective of the test case or the purpose of the test case. The purpose of the test case. You can write in your own words. It's not a rule like you need to write same thing. So whatever the objective, whatever the purpose, you can write the purpose in your own words here. See, in your notes, I'll give the meaning for this column. Just to take the column name in your notes. So test case description. Test case description. So note down the meaning.
Yes, sir.
Description. It is nothing but the objective of the test case. Objective of the test case.
Yes.
Are
Mhm.
the purpose of the test case. Objective of the test case or the purpose of the test case.
Okay.
Clear, Amma?
Yes. Mhm.
See, Absha here, every test case is having a number of steps. But every test case is having a multiple steps, step 1, step 2, step 3, like that. If all the steps passed, then only you can say like the test case is passed. If any one step is failure, then we can say like the entire test case is failure. See, observe this visitor link. So what are the steps we can write here? The first step is you need to enter the URL, then it should display the home page. Now next, you need to verify the top 5 buttons. What are the top 5 buttons? You need to click on the home button, click on personal banking, click on corporate banking, click on international banking, click on about us. That means you need to verify the top 5 buttons. Next, you need to verify the bottom links in that page. Already you know that. What are the bottom links here? Customer services, internet banking, FAQ, privacy, terms and conditions, etc. Right, Amma? Got my point? But here, how you know like only these particular actions we need to perform? A step description means the action to be performed. The action to be performed. How we can understand like only these particular actions we need to perform? It is 100% depending on your use case only. 100% depending on your use case only. Yesterday, how many use cases we discussed? We discussed 4 use cases, 4 diagrams and 4 use cases. Observe the first use case. The first use case is visitor process flow. In that one side, you have an actor action, opposite side, you have system response, right? See, whatever the actor actions they're given here. So what are the actor actions? Initially, you need to enter the URL. So after that, you need to verify the top 5 buttons, right? Home button, personal banking, corporate banking, international banking, about us. After that, you need to verify the bottom links. What are the bottom links? Customer services, internet banking, FAQ, privacy, terms and conditions, and so. So whatever the actor actions they mentioned here, based on this actor action only, we need to write step description. You got my point or not? Who will prepare this test case? We need to prepare this test case. Who will write this step description? We need to write this step description. But based on what you need to write it? Based on the use case. We are not preparing this use case. This use case is a part of your FRS. You downloaded this FRS and you need to study this FRS. In this FRS, you have use case. In the use case, one side you have a actor action. Whatever the actor actions they're given here, just according to this actor action only, you need to write step description. As it is, copy paste. Whatever the things available in that actor action, based on that, you need to write step description. Right? You got my point or not?
Yes.
Right. Now in your notes, just to take a small heading, step description. Note it down. Step description means it is nothing but the action to be performed. It is nothing but the action to be performed.
Yes.
Action to be performed. Okay, ma'am?
Yes.
Right. And based on what you need to write it? You need to write it based on the Actor action based on the actor action in your use case. You got my point or not?
Yes.
Use cases are not prepared by you. Use cases are a part of your FRS.
Yes.
Right, Amma?
Yes, sir.
Right. See, just a minute, Amma. Just I'll back in 1 minute.
Okay, sir.
See, what you written like step description. What is the meaning of the step description? Step description means the action to be performed. Okay, write a note. The note is we need to write the step description. We need to write the step description based on actor action in use case.
Yes.
Actor action in use case. Right, Amma? Are you okay?
Yes.
Right. See, observe the next column here. The next column is expected result. So you can guess like expected result means whenever you are performing this action, whenever you are performing these particular actions, whatever the response you are expecting from your project, whatever the response you are expecting from your project, that is called as a expected result. For example, when you enter the URL, then what you are expecting from your project. Whenever you are clicking on home button, what you are expecting. Whenever you are clicking on personal banking, what you are expecting. See, what you are expecting here, when you click on a personal banking, it should display the information about a personal banking. Here, the information about a corporate banking. Here, the information about international banking, like that. But how you know all these things? So we can write it. We can write it again based on your use case only. In the use case, opposite side, you have a system response. So based on this system response only, you need to write the expected result. But how can you define this expected result? So just to take the heading expected result.
Yes.
Expected result. I'll show the definition for expected result. Just listen. So just observe here. Expected result means it is the, just listen, no need to write it. It is a expected behavior of your system. What is the meaning of a system? System is nothing but project. It's the expected behavior of your project based on the operations you performed, based on the operations you performed as per the requirement, as per the requirement. That means as per the requirements, whatever the operations you performed here, whatever the operations you performed here, for this particular operation, what is the response you are expecting from your project? What is the response you are expecting from your project? That is called as a expected result. Right, Amma? You got my point?
Yes.
Expected result means, now please note down this definition. It is the expected behavior of the system based on the operations performed as per the requirement. Note it down.
Yes, done.
Okay. Now, you need to write a note. The note is, we need to write the expected result. We need to write the expected result based on, we need to write the expected result based on, system response in use case. System response in use case.
Okay.
Are you okay, ma?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now coming to the next thing. In the middle, there is one more column. What is that? One more column here? Test data. So just listen, test data means whatever the data is required or whatever the input is required to perform the operation. To perform these operations, whatever the input is required, that input is called as a test data. See, observe here, to perform this step number one, what is the data required? So what is the step number one? Enter the URL and click on go. Enter the URL and click on go. So what is the data required here? You need URL. If you know your project URL, you need to enter that URL, then only you can do this. Now, why there is no data for remaining steps? See, observe here, click on home button, click on personal banking, click on corporate banking. Is there any data required? Is there any input required? You need to type anything? No. Simply you need to click on the particular buttons. No need to type anything. Okay, ma'am?
Yes.
So just take the heading test data, note down the notes for that.
Yes, sir.
It is nothing but the input required. It's nothing but the input required to perform the operation. Input required to perform the operation on current step. Perform the operation on current step. Okay, ma'am? Are you okay with this?
Yeah.
Right. Now take the heading test case definition. Now the heading is test case definition. Just observe here, till now, whatever the definitions we discussed, we need to mix all the definitions. That will be the test case definition. So I'll show the test case definition here. Try to understand. After that, we can note it down. Don't write it, just to try to understand. Test case definition means test case is a set of steps or a sequence of steps. Is it right, Amma? The test case means it is including a set of steps or sequence of steps. And multiple steps are included here. Say, what are those steps? The set of steps are a sequence of steps with the user actions performed. It includes user actions performed and the responses from the system. What is the response from your project? Now, all these things are documented here. All these things are documented. Why it is documented? What is the reason? It is documented for validating the system. What is the meaning of validating? Validating is nothing but testing. So what is the meaning of a system? System is nothing but a project. Simply, a system means project. That means it is documented to testing a project. Validating is nothing but a testing. A system is nothing but project. All these things are documented to testing a project. Right, Amma? You got my point? So test case is nothing but a set of steps or a sequence of steps with the user actions performed and the responses from the system documented to validate a system. Are you okay, ma'am?
Yes.
Note down this definition. The heading is test case definition.
Yes, done.
Yes. See, now observe the top of your template. First of all, you can see the project name. For example, our project name is e-banking. Module, actually our module is admin module. Within 2-3 days, we are entering into admin module. Still you are in home page only. Home page means we are in the beginning page only. After 2-3 days, we are entering into admin module. So document references. So which documents we need to refer to prepare this test case? We need to refer the FRS. Why? Because in the FRS only you have use cases. So based on that use cases only, you need to write the step description and you need to write the expected results. Right? The first document is FRS document. What is another document? Another document is test scenario. Who written that test scenario? Today itself, we written that scenario. Scenarios means it's what functionalities to be tested. What are the main functionalities to be tested? Just based on this first functionality, today we started TC001. Right, Amma? So
Yes.
here, try to understand who will, FRS is not prepared by you. You downloaded the FRS and you studied the FRS. And who prepare the scenario? We need to prepare the test scenario. So we need to, depending on 2 documents for this test case preparation. What are the 2 documents? One document is FRS and another document is scenario. Author means you need to write your name. Here you need to write your name. Say now take the heading example test case. Example test case. So here we have a number of test cases. We are going to see all these test cases, but no need to write all the test cases, but at least one test case you need to write in your notes. So that is for habituation purpose. You must know how to write it down. So that's why take your own time. It may be 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It's not an issue. So take your own time, but please note down this entire test case from here to here, the entire TC001, and you need to write this upper part also. No, there is no hurry. The heading is example test case, and you need to write the same headings and a test case ID, test case description, step name, test data, everything. Slowly, you need to write it. See here, after expected result, what is the next column? Actual result. But when you will write the actual result after implementation, whatever the actual response is there, you need to write the actual response. If the expected thing, actual thing, both are same, the status will be pass. If expected and actual both are mismatched, then the status will be failure. Right, Amma? You got my point?
Yeah.
Right. So the heading is example test case. Note down this entire test case as it is. So
Okay.
I'll back in 5 minutes. In the 5 minutes or 10, your wish, I'll back in 5 minutes. In the meanwhile, please note it down as it is. If you have any doubt, then you can ask me. Okay. I'll keep it in mute and I'll back in just 5 minutes.
All right. Thank you.
While writing, if you have any doubt, you can ask me. Okay, try to understand and note it down. Once it is over, just inform me. And today you need to study all the definitions. Today, whatever the definitions we discussed, what are the definitions today we discussed? What is a test case description? What is a step description? What is the expected result? What is a test data? And finally, we discussed what is the definition of test case. So these are today's theory, whatever the theory we discussed in your notes, please study the entire thing, the most important things. Why? Because if you know the meaning, then easily you can write your test cases in your own. So if you know what is the meaning of test case description, you can write the description in your own. Step description means the action to be performed. Expected result means what is the response you are expecting from your project. Okay, like that. Input, I mean, test data means the input data. Whatever the input data is required to perform the operation is called as a test data. So today, try to understand that theory. Is it over, Amma?
Yes, I'm the last one. Thompson.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. Okay, after that, I'll show you where it is available in your material. Already you downloaded the material, right? The manual testing material.
Mhm.
Yes, in that material where it is, today I'll show you.
Okay.
Right. See, you downloaded this folder. The folder is like a manual testing. Okay, ma. See, if you open that folder, where you can see your FRS, you can see the FRS in the folder of examples folder. In the examples folder, you can see your project FRS or banking FRS. Okay, so come back, and where you can see the test scenarios in the bottom of the folder, you can see the Excel documents, right, Amma? See, observe this Excel document, a banking admin test scenario. What is the meaning of scenario? Scenario means the main functionalities to be tested. So today, just you have to check only the scenarios related to home page only. Don't see the remaining scenarios. You have to check the scenarios on your bank home page only. Okay, ma? It is about the scenario. After the scenario, you can see the test case document.
Okay.
You can see the test case document. See here, you can see the test case like this. Okay, ma? Are you okay with this? See,
Yes.
just a minute, ma. I'm getting some urgent call. 1 minute.
Right.
Yes. See, no, just I should go out with some emergency work. So today, just to study these things. Today, what you need to study? You need to study this particular TC01 and study the theory. Okay, and study the scenarios, test scenarios. And tomorrow I'll continue with the remaining test cases, and tomorrow I'll continue with the Java also. Okay. See, today I should go out. That's why just I'm leaving 5-10 minutes before. Okay. So see you on tomorrow at same time. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.